Well, folks, we ain't doing much of nothing with the face, so we might as well talk a little bit. You know, quite some time ago, when my old uns were youngins, I should say, we used to have them in Cub Scouts, and we had this little song we used to sing with them that, I don't know, you might enjoy it. I've changed a little bit since then. Um, in my mind, I came up with the song, but I'm not 100% sure of that, so hopefully I'm not stealing somebody else's song, stealing any copyrights or anything like that. This little ditty is a spoof off of a song written by the great John Denver, um, Country Roads. So it goes a little like this. Almost 7, where's Virginia? She's on Blue Ridge Mountain by Shenandoah River. Life is boring here, sitting on the porch. So let's go get the car and head out for the road. Country toads, run 'em down, squish 'em flat. They'll turn right. I forgot to tell you, I couldn't sing. Like a frisbee, you can fly them. Country toads, run 'em down on the. Oh crap! You can splice this, can't you?
I can splice it, yeah.
That's a good thing, cause
Well, yeah, I hope you know that all the toad lovers out there are probably going to send me some
well,
nasty mail.
I already have a solution to that.
Uh huh.
Okay. So I don't know. Maybe you don't even cut it, but you'll just keep right on going and just leave this in here because it's probably the funniest song, funniest part of the whole damn thing.
Yeah, probably.
Darn thing. Excuse me, folks. All right. And let's see. How did that go? In the morning, the radio reminds me that they're not far away. Driving down the road, I get the feeling that I've just squished another one. Another one. Country toads, run 'em down, squish 'em flat. They'll turn round like a frisbee. You can fly them. Country toads, run 'em down. We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a special public service announcement. No actual toads were harmed in the making of this song, so please don't give us no nasty letters. Thank you very much. Y'all have a good day. Come back now here. I'm going to go back to my fishing poles because they're sitting over there just being bored. And the crowd goes crazy. Yes.
I don't know if they're cheering for the song or cheering for the fact that he's going back fishing.
At this point, I think everybody's probably getting their earplugs, turn down the volume, something like that.
drive by.
Now, you did say there was fish in this pond, right?
I did make that claim.
I just checking.
That was my truth claim. But right now, it doesn't appear that
I think they're hiding.
they must be hiding in the cover somewhere.
Well, you definitely got plenty of cover. There's so much moss on the bottom of this lake.
I suppose it's entirely possible that there was a whole group of people down here fishing last time I was here, and
They caught them all.
they may have caught all the bluegill out of here.
Some of them there rule breakers take more than what you're supposed to.
Yeah, you're only supposed to, from this spot, you're only supposed to take home 3 fish, and that's of combined
Species.
species. So if you caught a bluegill and a catfish and a bass, that's all you could take home. Where's doesn't appear anything has touched that hot dog, huh?
I am gonna come over here and sweeten the pot. Put a whole big old juicy night crawler on there. I just put a little bit because I figured we was gonna get a bluegill or something. Put a whole big old night crawler on there. Maybe we can catch a country toad.
I'll tell you what, it is a lot shallower than it was back when Brenda and I come over here. Much more shallow.
Shallower than you remember?
Yes. And the last time I came over, the algae was out of control. But I talked to a guy that comes over here all the time. He said they got that under control, but you can still see a lot of it around the edges of the pond there. Still quite a bit of algae there.
I heard you talk to a guy from an airplane.
Oh. Yeah, the guy in the airplane said, "Leave me alone. I'm trying to fly an airplane."
All right, I'm gonna go over here and give it a shot.
Give another look. Now, be careful over there. There are some snagglies over there.
Over here?
Yeah, they put in some structure over there.
Well, hey, here's the picture of a face says Paul George. Maybe that means there's a fish over
right
here.
Pretty nice little pond. That summertime that we were here, we did pretty well. Put this camera on my brother there.
Got a good cast on that puppy.
Main reason I come out here today is to spend some time with my brother. And I got this new the iPhone 16 Pro Max. And I just bought some microphones to go with it. And I wanted to give them a try them out, see how this would work out. And I think it's probably working out pretty good. Of course, I won't know until I get home, look the video over and edit it, see how it comes out. Beautiful day for January the 27th, I believe it is. Couldn't believe my son he lives north of Pensacola, sent me a picture. They got 11 inches of snow there where he lives. They built 2 big giant snowmen and went out and frolicked in the snow, had a good time. Probably been 100 years since they had that kind of snow in that area. And I watched a channel called Bama Bass. They had record snow there at the 5-acre pond. If you've never checked that out, look up Bama Bass on YouTube and check out the pond build. It was really a very cool deal from build to now. And they stocked it with these real aggressive tiger bass. I'll tell you what, them things have grown from 2 inches long, 1.5 2 inches long. Some of them are now approaching 4 pounds. Pretty impressive stuff. He's done a real good job there, and he's made a great habitat for all wildlife to come in: birds, and ducks, and geese, and eagles, and possums, and raccoons. Even got a couple of wolves around there that we've seen. Made a squirrel house and put it in a tree, and a little mouse he calls Gus Gus decided to come and live up in there. He had a little altercation with a cat the other night, and that was one smart mouse. He broke out a window and escaped out the window while the cat was sticking his head in the door. So it was pretty cool to see. And he's got cameras on this stuff, and some of them are. He's trying to get them set up where they run 24 hours a day, where you can go in and just check in and watch the activity that's going on. It's a pretty cool deal. You got to check him out.
Hey, I know that guy. That guy right over there, I know him.
You know me?
That's Brother Tom.
Oh, that must be my brother Rick behind the camera. One of these days, I've been authorized to go live on YouTube now, but when I do it, I'm gonna have to have somebody working behind the camera checking the chat so that we can answer questions on a live feed. You know, when you're running live, you want to keep your eye on the chat and stuff so you can maybe even get a super chat. You know,
Well, I can run.
I can't imagine anybody donating to my channel, but
I can run the chat, and then or run the camera and watch the chat on the tablet.
yeah.
Now,
If I had a tablet, I'd do that.
I have one.
You have one? Yeah, okay.
I know where your channel's at.
Yeah, you do. I have to make him a moderator so that when somebody comes in and it gets a little out of control, he can.
You stop that.
Well, we just
Delete.
give him an exit visa. All about being kind and having fun and enjoying life. This is probably the longest video. How long has it been running now?
That's 52 minutes.
52 minutes. I'm gonna have to cut that down. There's a guy singing on this video. I'm gonna have to cut that.
It was pretty awful.
It's good content. Good content.
Wasn't meant to be good, it was meant to be funny. Oh, you are brave. He must not like that new fishing reel he got.
Yeah, well, I don't know that there's a big enough bluegill in here to take it off the rail.
He's
Had nothing touched that worm yet, so
he's lost 2 rods and reels. One of them his wife was using, and they left it sitting on the bank, and she went off playing with the dog. And next thing you know, it's heading out across the water. Now, yeah. I can't remember if it's the same trip or the next trip, but it's almost the same spot.
Well, actually, that was the same trip. I had already lost a reel because she got her snagged, and I went back to the car to retie her line.
That's right.
And I had mine on a lean-to.
That's right.
And when I turned around to go back and cast hers out, I noticed my pole was no longer sitting there.
Thing about those lean-to for fishing rods, they don't lean too good. They fall over right quick when a catfish gets your line, and you know it right there. You don't have fish pole no more. Well, that was 2 rods and reels in one day. One of them, yours was brand new.
Well, mine was brand new, and the one I got hers back. Remember, it got stuck in the rocks. And it doesn't take that big a catfish. I thought it must have been a really big catfish. But I got hers. Hers got stuck in the rocks. I got it, and I handed it to her, and she reeled it in a little bit. Oh, you need to reel this in. It's too big. And so I went over there, and I went to reeling, and I got that fish up there, and he was only about 1.5 pounds. But even 1.5 pounds channel cat's got enough get up and go to pull a rod off the bank.
Let that be a lesson to y'all.
Yeah.
Don't leave your rod and reels unattended. Even if you got them in a holder, they can take off.
There goes my brother's now. No.
Yeah, I talked about his. Look, I left mine sitting over there too.
My favorite story though is when we were fishing over at Draper, and we got these big old minnows. My brother there, he had his sitting up on the rail, kind of like this right here.
Well, it was a spin cast, so it was hooked up underneath. It shouldn't have come off of there.
He decided that he was going to go talk to a guy across the dock, and I was standing right next to it, getting ready to bait my hook, and I saw it bounce one time up into the air and straight down in the water. Well, since I was standing right there, I cast mine down in there, and by a miracle of the Lord, I managed to hook the bell on his spinning rod reel and pull it up. By this time, he's back, and he pulls in about a 17-inch crappie.
Biggest crappie
Still
I've
on the
ever seen in
hook.
my life.
Biggest crappie ever caught. One of the biggest crappie I ever seen.
I told him I don't think I actually caught it because it done been long gone if he hadn't caught my reel.
But well, we both caught. We'll say that
So
we
it
both
was
caught.
a double catch.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
Of
was
course,
out
I
at the,
remember when we was little kids, we used to go out to Berglund Lagoon there in Iowa
yeah,
with nothing but a stick and a hook and a sinker, and we'd go out in our yard at night, and them night crawlers would come out there in Iowa. There's night crawlers everywhere. You don't have to buy any night crawlers if you
yeah.
live in Iowa. Just go out at night and they just come right up and you grab them. There's good times. We'd go down there to that Berglund Lagoon and we would catch about 100 million of them little bluegills.
And carp.
Carp.
I remember
We
one
even
time.
caught a goldfish.
I remember one time this guy had spearfished a couple of them carp, and he gave them to me, and I took them home, tried to pass them off like I caught them. I should have known there was a dead giveaway. There was a big hole in the side of the fish. Oh, come on. There's got to be something somewhere.
Then there's when Grandma Veach would take us out to the river with Grandpa Max, and at the time we thought she drove like the bat out of heck. She'd go out on them curvy roads, and we'd be going around them curves, and the tires would be going. You know, we thought, "Oh, go faster, Grandma, go faster." Well, we didn't know she just had bad alignment and poor tires. We had a lot of fun out there on that river, though.
Yeah, brother scared Grandma and Grandpa half to death one night. We was down on the dock fishing, and I hooked into a big old fish. He's running up to the trailer screaming and hollering and carrying on, and they thought I'd fallen in the river or something, you know. They come down there, and all I had was a big old carp. They couldn't believe it. Probably would have been okay if it had been a big old catfish, but.
Well, tell them about Grandpa Max and his diddy poles.
Oh yeah, we'd get out there in the first thing in the morning, about 5:30 in the morning, and start running them diddy poles. And he had these lines tied to trees. Some of them he had big limbs stuck in the bank. A lot of them he was just tying off line to limbs on the trees,
which is what he called diddy pole.
Which was he called a diddy pole. And we were running out there one morning, barely light outside, and I looked up, and there's a big old snake hanging on a limb right above our boat. And I was frozen solid. And later on, Grandpa Max, he's like, "Well, why didn't you say something?" I said, "I couldn't get a word to come out of my mouth. That was a big old snake." But they caught so many fish on them diddy poles, stocked the freezer up. They always had fish to eat. Yeah. Something to eat all the time. That was a nice spot on the Raccoon River there up in Iowa.
Yeah. They had a little trailer, little bit plot of land out there, a little trailer right there on the river. He had his own John boat out there, just push it right off into the river there.
I don't know what that syrup is, and Grandma, I know you've gone be with the Lord, but I don't know what that syrup was you putting on them pancakes. But man, that was some nasty stuff. There's some kind of molasses, I think.
Well, I wouldn't know. When I was a kid, I never ate anything. I don't even know how I'm alive today because I didn't eat a single thing when I was a kid.
Airplane, Southwest, going to Dallas.
Say goodbye, everybody.
You know, that camera will zoom in 25 times. You probably could have got a picture of the pilot if you'd have been quicker.
Well, don't reckon I thought about that.
And it's nice. There's a little slot on the side here. Right here. You tap on this right here.
Uh-huh.
And then see if it come up.
We done.
And it gives you a zoom right
Did
there.
my bell ring?
Here we go. No bells. And you can zoom.
Well, maybe. Oh, it's just like doing the fingers.
Yeah. You can do it with the fingers. Right now.
3 times.
3 times on cinematic. Maybe it doesn't zoom as far on cinematic as it does on the regular.
Oh, well.
But all right. Well, you know, this video has been running about an hour.
I think we're done.
You think we ought to go ahead and cut her down?
I think so, yeah.
All right. Well, we'll flip this around.
We sure enjoyed having a visit with you folks today. I hope that you enjoy what little bit of the video maybe makes the cut, because we certainly didn't catch any fish, but we sure enjoyed visiting with y'all today.
You know, the most important thing is relaxing, having a good time, and making the best of the day that God has made for you.
Amen.
And if you do that, you're probably going to have a great day. We'll see you next time.